So go ahead and set your timer for 2 minutes. If you have your jump rope, we'll be using your jump rope. If you don't have that yet, we'll be going into jumping jacks. So 2 minutes to start our warm-up off. Let's go ahead, begin. Ten seconds. And time. Good work. Go ahead and set your jump rope to the side. We're going to get into our left foot forward fighting stance. Next part of our warm-up is going to be footwork with punches. So Miss Kylie is going to demonstrate from the side angle so you can see the footwork with that. Mr. Alex is going to demonstrate facing you guys from the front angle. So the first thing, you'll be stepping with your front foot, a small step with your jab. Go ahead. And then returning back to your fighting stance. So you step with the jab and return back to your fighting stance. The second one, you're going to be stepping with your back foot as you throw the jab. So step back with the right foot, throw the left jab. One more time. And back. Good. The third one, you're just going to be staying in your fighting stance and pivoting with your cross punch. Let's go ahead and see that. We really want to watch for that good rotation one more time and full extension of that punch. All right, so we're doing each of those for 30 seconds, and then we'll switch our feet and repeat that with the other lead. All right, 30 seconds on the first exercise in 3, 2, 1, go. Working that jab, stepping forward with the left foot, throwing the left hand. Focus on your breathing and keeping your other hand up, protecting your head. Remember to keep the knees bent, weight on the balls of the feet, and stepping back with your jab. Go right into it. Try to transition seamlessly into the next part of your warm-up. Visualize your opponent moving forward. You're getting out of the way and hitting with the jab on the way in. Next, you're standing your ground and just pivoting with your cross punch. Focus on really driving into the floor, rotating the hips and breathing to get full extension on that right cross punch. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your stance. Now working your right hand as your jab. Step on with your right foot. Go ahead. Left hand's gonna stay glued to the side of your head, so you're protecting. And step back with the jab. Left foot moves, right hand punches. Turn back to that fighting stance. Want to step back and pivot that foot. Turn your shoulders, line your shoulders up with that punch. And now stand your ground, just throw that cross punch, pivoting in place. And time. Chariats. All right, good work, guys. This was the end of section 1, our warm-up. For the white to high green belts, you guys are all going to be running through this. If you have your kicking target, go ahead and use that if you've got a training partner. If not, you can do all of this in the air or on a hanging bag or a wave master if you have one of those as well. So we're going to get into our left foot forward fighting stance. We're going to be doing 2x10, number 1 front kick. So from our fighting stance, I'm going to be kicking belt high to start out with. Hana, 2, set, net, tasa, yasa, elgo, yudo, hop, yo. Switch feet. All right, so remember on those front kicks, really focus and emphasize the extension of the hips so we get that thrusting motion on the kick, not just snapping the foot up and down with that. On this side, remember, follow along with us. Hana, 2, set, net, tasa, yasa, elgo, yudo, aha, yo. Switching feet. Hana, 2, set, net, tasa, yasa, elgo, yudo, aha, yo. Switch feet. Hana, 2, set, net, tasa, yasa, go, do, ha, yo. Good. Shift back. Number 2 front kicks. We're doing the same thing, 2x10. Getting our reps in on that. Depending on your flexibility, you may want to pick the next round up a little bit higher. We want to, if you can control the kick higher, go ahead and do that. So go ahead and show me where you can hold a front kick out. So that's wherever you guys can hold a front kick up, that is where we have the strength and flexibility to throw that front kick. We can always get more height with the momentum of the kick, but really where you can hold that kick out is your safe range of motion for that kick. All right, on the count, number 2 front kick, have your target ready. Hana, 2, set, net, tasa, yasa, elgo, yudo, hop, yo. And then switch your feet. So with your number 1 and your number 2 front kicks, we want to be thinking of those as 2 different ranges. Your 1 is a more close range kick. 2, we should be a little bit further back for a medium range on that kick. On this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch feet. Hana, 2, set, net, tasa, yasa, go, do, hop, yo. Switch feet. Hana, 2, set, net, tasa, yasa, go, do, hop, yo. All right, now to finish up our front kicks, we're going to square up our stance. doing squat front kicks. So we're going to go down and do a nice deep squat. As you come up, you do a front kick. We'll be alternating feet every time. We'll be doing 20 reps on this. Remember to keep your hands up the whole time with your squats. On the count. Hanna, two, set, net, tasa, yasa, go, do, hop, yo, hanna, two, set, net, tasa, yasa, go, do, hop, yo. Good. So high white belts, that was what I want you guys to be doing. You can of course watch ahead, but we're moving next to yellow to high green belt curriculum. So we're going to warm up the hips a little bit, getting you guys ready for wheel kicks. So we're going to be in a squared up stance. I'm going to use my paddle target just as an obstacle for my partner to kick over. You can also use a chair if you don't have someone to hold for you. So a couple different ways we can do that. The partner's going to be square to the target. Going to keep the hands up. We're going to swing the right leg over and back, and then the left leg over and back. Okay, so the chair, remember we're trying to avoid the chair, not kicking the chair, just using it as an obstacle to get over, to warm up the hips and get those ready for our wheel kicks. If we don't have a chair that we can kick over, we can just kick in the air and accomplish the same thing. Try to be about belt high with this, or if you have a training partner to work with, they can hold out the target for you to kick around. Good. So once you've done 10 of those with each leg, now we're going to be working into dialing in our wheel kicks. So we're going to go to yellow to high green belts, working on our wheel kicks. So from our fighting stance, we'll work the inner wheel and the outer wheel separately first, then we'll put them together in a combination. So if we can kick head high, if we have a partner to hold for us, that's great. Again, if you don't have someone to hold for you, you can always practice this in the air. On the count, we want to make sure that as we throw the kick, we're pivoting on our lead foot. Because remember, I need to have my weight on the ball of the foot so that my knee doesn't take up the rotation. It has to be my foot turning, not my knee turning, to allow that rotation to happen. So we'll go inner wheel, hitting the side of the target, land forward, and then step back to where we started. So we're going to do 15 reps on each side. Hanna. Two. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasa. Go. Do. Hop. Yo. Na. Do. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasa. Switch feet. Start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So next is our outer wheel kick. To load that up, we'll do it again with the rear leg in the fighting stance. First, you're going to turn the shoulders, pivot the feet, and we need to bring the rear leg up and across. You're going to land back right into your fighting stance. So again, turn the foot, pivot on the front foot, outer wheel, and let the foot pivot back as you reset back to your fighting stance. Want to keep our hands up and be thinking of kicking between your guards so your head stays protected. Let's move forward just a little bit. Outer wheel on the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Work, switch your feet.
Sir.
And left leg. So let's do it, break it down a couple times on this side. Turn the stance, rear leg up and across, getting to the opposite side of the target of what we did on the inner wheel kick. Once more, turn the feet and the shoulders, outer wheel, landing back in one smooth motion. Hana. Do it. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasa. Go. Do. Up. Yo. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Tasa. Good. Switch your stance. Now we're putting together combination inner wheel to outer wheel kick. We'll do 10 reps on each side with it. So from our fighting stance, Hana. Do. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasu. Go. Do. Up. Yo. Good. Switch feet.
Yes, sir.
Left leg, guard up, knees bent. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasu. Go. Do. Up. Yo. Alright, so it's the end of the kicking section for yellow to high green belts. Or kicking technique section for blue to high brown belts. First, we're going to start out with footwork drills called circle step. So we're going to be left foot forward. We're going to take a full step forward and then a reverse step back. That's going to get you facing the other direction. Then you're going to turn back the way you came, full step forward and reverse step back. So full circle step forward, back, and forward, and back. So keep going with that. I'm going to be doing 10 to 20 reps on that. Focus on really flowing smoothly with that and staying on your line so we're not veering off an angle one way or another. We're going to be setting us up for turning around kick. So we want to get the orientation while we're spinning so we're not veering off course when we go into our round kick. Alright, so the next thing from here, we're in our left foot forward fighting stance. Have your target ready, or again, you can just practice in the air. Number 2 round kick. Land forward, reverse step to another round kick with the same leg. And return back to where we started. Go ahead, reset on the same side. So again, number 2 round kick, reverse step, round kick, reset. So we're going to do that 15 reps on each leg. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, work, switch your feet. You're ready on the other side for the left leg kicking. Number 2 round kick, reverse step, round kick, again at the same leg. 15 reps, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Switch your feet. So for blue to high brown belts, that's what I want you guys to start with. You can of course watch ahead and give it a try on the next version of this kick if you'd like to. But for red belts and black belts and up, we're working on bringing that up in the air a little bit. So from our fighting stance, we'll break it down first. Number 2 round kick, landing forward. You pick up your left leg, bring your knee up. We want our shoulders in line with the target. We're going to jump off your kicking leg and then kick with that leg. So the other foot's going to land as your kick lands on the target. Again, number 2 round kick, turn, bring the knee up in line with the target, jump off the kick, and land as your kick is landing on the target. So now going full speed. On the count, we'll do 10 reps. 1, 2, 7. And we want to keep the arms in fairly close as we spin. That'll allow us to get a little bit quicker rotation on that. Make sure you're spotting your target so that you're not seeing the whole room spinning. We want to look at our target, turn until we can't turn our head anymore, then snap our head around and spot our target around on the other side again. That's toss it. Yes. Go. Go. Up. Good. Good. Switch your stance. Follow along as we break it down on this side. Left leg kicking now. Number 2 round kick. Turn, bring your right leg up. Shoulders in line with the target. Jump off the kicking leg. You want the foot to land as we hit your target. Again, number 2 round kick. Turn, bring the right knee up. Jump and kick. And shuffle back. All right, depending on your flexibility, if you guys want to challenge yourself, if you can hold it up head high, so go ahead and hold that round kick up there for me. So we can bring it up a little bit higher. Let's bring that kick up a little bit higher. On the counts. 1, 2, 3, net, toss, yes, go. Up. Go. Good work. So that is the end of our kicking section for blue through black belts. Section 5 is our boxing for all belts. So white belts through black belts should be practicing this. Remember, the punches in boxing is nothing that's very complicated, but it can take a lifetime of mastery to work your offense and your defense. So everyone needs to be practicing these skills. If you have, remember, if you've got paddles, use both of them. If you've got your single target, you can make that work also. And I should have mentioned that earlier. Make sure you're putting your wrist straps on your target, so if somebody kicks it out of your hand or punches out of your hand, it doesn't go flying across the room. And make sure you got plenty of space to be practicing. So the first thing we're going to be working on is our cross hook and our hook cross combination. So left foot forward fighting stance. So I'm holding with two targets. I'm going to be holding them perpendicular here. So it's going to be right hand cross, left hand hook. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure holders have it out in front of you far enough that it doesn't hit you back in the face and offset a little bit to you as well. Switch your feet. Now we want everything we do on one side, make sure we're getting good on the other side with it. Now left cross, right hook. Hanna. Do it. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasa. Go. Do. Hop. Yo. Switch your stance. Okay, so the opposite of that, hook cross. You need to load your lead shoulder first with the hook and finish with your cross punch. So we're still going to hold the paddles the same way. If you've got your do-it-yourself target, you just got the one thing to worry about, you can hold that without changing the orientation of it for both punches. Hook cross, so lead hand followed by the rear hand. Hanna. 2. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasa. Go. Do. Hop. Yo. Switch stance. Hanna. 2. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasa. Go. Do. Hop. Yo. And switch stance. Alright, so next, head movements. We're going to be doing sometimes called a bob and weave or a roll. Your head is going to make this U-shaped pattern. As we do that, we need to be turning our stance and our shoulders. So I'm going to hold the target just about shoulder height for my partner. She's going to bob and weave underneath from one side to the other. Do about 10 reps on each side with that. Focus on getting just underneath that target. We don't want any extra movement. Just enough to make that miss, because we have to imagine that's a punch that we're making miss. Go ahead and switch your stance and bob and weave on this side. Good, switch your stance. Now as we bob and weave to the left, that loads up your left hook and your right cross. So we're just going to throw those in the air. I'm just going to keep the target here for my partner. If we roll to the right, that loads up your right cross and your left hook. Roll to the left, hook, cross, roll to the right, cross, hook. Roll to the left, hook, cross, roll to the right, cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. So if you don't have a training partner, another way you can do this is string a piece of rope between two objects at your shoulder height. So that'll allow you to make sure that you'd be getting low enough to clear those punches. Go ahead and switch to the other side, right foot forward, and roll to the right, hook cross, roll to the left, cross hook, making sure we're punching from the guard, returning to the guard, hook cross, and cross hook. Hanna. Do it. Set. Net. Tasa. Yasa. Cross hook. Go. Hook cross. Yudo. Cross hook. Hop. Hook cross. Yudo. Cross hook. Good. So we're pretty much done with class 3. We're going to finish you guys off with some stretches and cooling down. All right, so the first stretch, start with a wide stance. We'll do this together. I'm going to interlace the fingers behind the back. Keep your legs straight. I want to pull my shoulders down and back as I feel the stretch across the chest and the arms. And then we're going to lean forward to get a stretch through the hamstrings as we continue to try to bring the hands up over the head. Hold that stretch. As you breathe deeply into the nose, out through the mouth, relaxing down into that stretch. Slowly stand back up from there. Bring the feet together, cross one leg over the other. We're focused on one leg for a hamstring stretch. Reach down with both hands, hinge from your hips, and keep your back leg straight. Breathe and relax into that stretch. We don't want to bounce or force the stretch. Flexibility is going to come over time, not all at once. As long as you're doing a little bit every day, you will make progress. Stand up tall, cross the other leg over. Nice tall spine. Lean forward, hinging from the hips. And stand up nice and tall from there. All right, the last stretch I have is kind of demonstrate is we're using the wall for progress for our splits. So we're going to get as close as you can to the wall with your back flat on the floor. Start with your feet straight up. You can get a bit of a hamstring stretch there. Scoot a little bit closer. And then we're just going to let gravity do the work. We're going to let the feet open up. Let your shoulders and your head rest on the floor. And we're just going to breathe and hang out in that position and get used to and comfortable being in that range of motion. This stretch is going to be really helpful for being able to kick head high. Remember, we have to have two things so that we can kick up, head high, and beyond. We have to have the flexibility. We also have to have the strength to do that too. So we're hitting the flexibility part of that right now. So breathe and relax. We're going to hang out there for 30 seconds to a minute, whatever you're comfortable with. All right, great work today, guys. Thank you for joining us for lesson 3. We will be getting some upgrades to our video system here shortly, but we're experimenting with a couple different ways of formatting the classes. Once we get some of our ideas out there, you guys get a chance to see them and practice with them. We'll ask you guys for some feedback of what formats are working best for you guys. But this is all new for us as it is for you as well too. So let's come to our attention stance, chariats, and some of them making yay. Great work, guys.